The secret origin of Green Genie.
It has been 5 long months since Johnny al-Hajjani was taken from her home in the heart of Arabia. 5 long months locked in a room in Patriot City, imprisoned by the cruelty of her own father. But Johnny is used to living in such a world, for her father is Sheikh al-Hajjani, a man who believes only in power and gold. And so Johnny awaits her fate, an arranged marriage in a strange land with a man she has never met. But while Johnny can be kept a prisoner, the light of the sun cannot. And as the glowing rays touch her face, Johnny feels compelled to go to the painted-over panels of her only window, to the tiny scratch she has made in the glass, which has become her only portal out of the darkness. And through this portal, Johnny cannot help but gasp as she stares at the stunning colors that swirl around her adopted home.
Oh no! That's Father. He mustn't see me at the window.
Why have you not prepared yourself for dinner? Tonight is the night you meet your betrothed, and I better not hear any of your jokes or gambles. Bin Katami is not interested in your frivolity. Ah, God willing, you'll be his problem soon, and not mine.
Johnny? Are you all right?
Oh, Mustafa, I cannot do this. How can I marry a man I do not love? How can I leave you, my only friend? Is there no escape from this fate?
Oh, my dear, sweet child. Perhaps there is.
What do you mean?
Come with Mustafa, quickly.
An hour passes, and when her father returns to claim her, it becomes clear what Mustafa has planned for his despondent charge.
Johnny! Why are you not ready? Bin Katami is waiting for you. You best not embarrass me, child. By the beard of the prophet, where is she? I want her found, and found now. And bring that old fool Mustafa to me.
Moments later, at the exit to the compound.
Mustafa was right. This is the way out. At last, my chance to see the stunning sights and fabulous colors of this glorious world.
No, please do not hurt me. I am an old man.
Talk, you old goat. Where is my daughter? I shall have either her hide tonight or yours.
No! Father seeks to punish Mustafa for my actions. All I need to do is open this door, and I shall be free.
So, you won't talk, eh? All right then, man. Finish him.
Father, stop this at once.
You dare to order me? Now, you shall both pay for your insolence.
And as the furious father moves in to strike his defenseless daughter, the sky is filled with a strange light. Johnny gasps as an alien canister filled with a strange substance smashes through the skylight and breaks over her head, washing her with an enigmatic energy. An energy known as X.
What is this? Someone put a stop to this madness.
Your wish is my command.
What? My striking cane! What have you done to it?
I believe I've turned them into begonias. Or are they orchids? Either way, aren't they lovely?
Whoever you are, you'll pay for what you've done to my daughter. Get her!
You shouldn't rely on your groom so much, Daddy. There's such a bunch of asses.
You are not my daughter.
And you're no longer my father. Tell you what, Daddy-O, me and Mustafa are heading off to have some fun.
Get back here. Johnny!
Send my regards to that smelly old cheek. Now that he won't be marrying me, maybe you could introduce him to your new little friends.
Johnny, what has happened to you?
I don't know, Mustafa. And I don't care. All I know is that the Green Genie has arrived, and she's going to paint the town fun.
New heroes will become available for you to recruit as the game progresses. Remember to visit the recruit screen often.
Welcome back, good viewer. This is the Skyrider. Way to screw up your own intro yet again. And there we saw the secret origin of the Green Genie. Very interesting hero is Green Genie. Pretty useful as well, in certain situations, definitely. An interesting mix of powers, but we shall see those later on. So, time to train up a lot of our heroes, good viewer. Oh, of course, Alchemist, we agreed that we're leaving her to get some stuff later. Diablo, Ignition, a very useful power, Ignition, and put points into Flaming Fist so we can get Absorb Heat at a later date. Mentor could buy Unbeliever, which makes him resistant to mystical attacks, which might be useful. Or passive protection against mental attacks. Decisions. Let's get Mental Barrier, I think. That's all we can do for now, but it'll be useful for later dates. Minuteman. Quite expensive to level up his abilities, but no matter. Yeah, we'll just put those points... have exactly enough to put in more points to Minute Missile as well. Good. Tombstone. Of course, we bought we got the experience canister for him last time, which is very good. Dead Mind, of course, good upgrade. Good Jumper, in fact, is very useful. We'll get Jumper. And because it'll keep him warm, because he's quite a cold fellow. Get it? Jumper? Somebody stop me. Okay. No, please, just stop me. Recruitment. Ooh, we can... Ooh, Green Genie. Oh, alas. That's annoying. Blast. I forgot that you have to recruit the Green Genie. Blast. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have recruited Liberty Lad. Oh, that's all rather annoying. Oh well, because she's rather useful in the next mission, but oh well, we'll get her at a later date, because I would rather like to show her off. We'll just have to make sure that we get all the more prestige in the meantime. So, my friends, let us see what Freedom Force is currently observing on the monitor of their impromptu base. Casual US flag, casual US boxes with US stuff on it. Just to remind you where, in fact, they come from. Most of them, anyway. Let's roll.
You must follow Red Oktober deep into her lair. But take heed, she is prepared for my powers. I will remain behind and monitor the situation from here.
Simple enough, good viewer, but that's what we have to do. So, Minuteman, we have leading the charge. We also have Bullet, good viewer. The return of Bullet, incredibly good, useful hero who we know from the last game. Bullet is, of course, as the name would suggest, incredibly fast. Fastest member of Freedom Force, has some very useful abilities, and abilities which have been slightly tweaked in this game to make them a lot better, in my opinion. We'll also take along Diablo, because he's always useful, particularly in this first third of the game. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, good viewer, but like the game is sort of divided into three sort of sections. Because whereas before you had, in the original Freedom Force, you have like fighting off against the various like supervillains that turn up. You know, you start off with Nuclear Winter, and then Pinstripe, and then Deja Vu. I can't remember the exact order, but you know, you have and Shadow, you have like that order. Whereas with this game, it's sort of more three stories told over the course of the game. But we will of course understand what those are later on. Tombstone is not particularly useful in this mission, so we won't take him along. We all know how Liberty Lad did last time, so Alchemist, you're up. But don't worry, we may well use Liberty Lad later. For now, however, good viewer, we will enter the fray.
Front and center, heroes! Down here, Red Oktober's got the home field advantage!
Penetrate her base, keeping your eyes open for any clues regarding Oktober and her frigid master's scheme. With Winter involved, we can only assume the worst.
Okay, good viewer, here we are in the caves of Red Oktober's base. Of Submarine's base, good viewer.
Ready
to
to
remember to
serve.
keep calling it that. So let's roll. Of course, you can already see, good viewer.
Be quiet, slave. There is no one who will help you.
You're wrong about that, you icy ingrate. Come on, team. We've got to free that peasant from the clutches of the Russian bear.
Diablo listo.
El Roco está loco. Something to do with madness. I know that loco means mad. Yes, you can already see, good viewer, just how incredibly fast Bullet is.
You had it coming to you.
And just how incredibly useful he is in that regard, because, you know, his attacks have chances to knock people down, and I'm throwing at air punches, and I don't know why. He can punch very quickly. That's the one. His punches aren't particularly powerful now, but at the speed.
Gracias, Señor de la Libertad. Now you must save my countrymen. The Red One has sent them off as slaves to one called Señor Winter.
No thanks necessary, my Caribbean friend. Just remember this when El Fidel speaks poorly of America.
Just get the American thing in there. Why don't you, Minuteman? Good old patriot.
Bullet here.
That is Minuteman. I mean, just look at this, good viewer. You know, Bullet can sort of, he can circle.
Want me to pull a fast one?
He can just like move so quickly, and that really is just his massive advantage. I mean, you know, you would have. It's obviously in the name, but it's such an advantage. It really is.
Bullet ready for duty. Fast enough for you?
And his punches may not be very powerful now, but when you
Ready.
oh no, he's stunned. That's what that was.
Peaches and cream.
Yeah, his punches aren't very powerful now, but when you think about it, at the speed they're going, that's incredibly good. So when they get even more powered up, when one-shot punch gets powered up, as well as his later abilities, he becomes very useful indeed. Does a lot of DPS.
Bullet ready for duty.
Of course, power plus power times attack speed equals DPS.
That gateway is blocked by the same force that protected the entrance to this place. They will need to be destroyed all at once.
I love how these things look. Ghastly gateway filled with fear and foreboding. It's a pumpkin. It's a giant pumpkin with sort of red, eerie light coming out of it. I always thought that was funny. I mean, I know that, you know, Red Oktober is all about pumpkin-shaped provider of lackluster illumination. I know Red Oktober is all about sort of nature and the motherland and the forest and all that.
Guys on the way.
Point me toward the bad guys.
Catch me if you can.
Add
I love
attention.
Bullet. He's really such a useful hero.
Makes might.
He's vulnerable to a lot of attacks, unfortunately.
Want me to pull a fast one?
And his main source of damage is crushing, which, like, very few characters are weak to, because crushing damage is kind of, you know, the standard melee attack damage.
What's up?
But he's still a very useful
It
hero.
seems the gate was only protected by a single hand. Your path is now clear.
Add it front and center.
Uh-oh. We got another Shirael coming in with viewer, so time to start throwing rocks.
Bullet
What
here.
the hell was that,
Okay.
Diablo?
What's
And
up?
he can just get out of the way of things very quickly. Well, that was
I've made this
just
one
the most
special.
pointless thing ever. Sure,
What's
okay, yeah,
up?
just keep going after Bullet. You're never going to catch him, and we can just blast you in the back of the face. Fine by me. Shirael, fine by me indeed.
What's up?
So,
Rings
onwards.
of Rexor, those pitiful creatures. They only appear to be from the species Ranapipian.
What kind of insane mind would use helpless amphibians to further their evil ends?
They are indeed not what you humans would call frogs. Some foul sorcery has transformed living men and women into these pathetic amphibians. If you can come into physical contact with them, I might be able to telepathically undo the malicious magics.
These pathetic amphibians! Oh, I just love the way Mentor talks.
Ready.
And the music has come
Ready
back,
to
it seems,
serve.
good viewer, which is always nice.
What
Okay,
happened?
Bullet.
I remember seeing a beautiful woman in red, and the next thing I knew, I had a craving for flies.
Ready.
I love... No matter what, good viewer, like, the game always manages to create a great source of humour in whatever mission you're doing. And indeed, in the places where you don't have humour, in those few situations, those situations are normally very, very poignant, which I really love. Like, you know, Manbot getting trapped in the celestial clock, etc. Spoilers!
Conjuring minions out of the cauldron.
For the mistress. Front and center.
Okay, what is
Alright, submarine.
ready to rumble?
Yes, this is,
I'll make it quick.
this is another example, good viewer, of what I was saying about,
Justice. Lennon, forgive me.
oh dear, Bullet got hit by a missile there, which is called an NG attack.
Catch me if you can.
Play your nice.
Yes, this is another instance, good viewer, of
Diablo time.
how I could potentially just sit here farming these minions, but unfortunately, because of there is a limit on the amount of prestige I can get.
Here comes trouble.
And I, as you may well
What
know
is
about
it?
me, good viewer, I'm not one for using
Cannot stop us.
exploits. You know, I don't like the attitude of, like, and I'm okay,
For the
let's
mistress.
Say goodnight,
have
Bubble
Alchemist.
your last nasty bubble.
I like that line from Diablo. Let's kill that cauldron so I'm not accused of farming. I don't like using exploits. Like, you know, some people say, oh, exploits, you know, they're in the game, you're allowed to use them, you know, it's not cheating. Well, exactly, Alchemist. But it's not about... I mean, yes, some exploits in games are considered, you know, yes, technically they're not cheating, but it's just dishonourable, I find. You know, I like...
Want me to pull a fast one?
This is not to say that, you know, there should be a specific way of doing everything.
Bullet here.
Start a fire.
Get me out of
And
here.
that, you know... Yeah, alright, mate. Hang on. Give me a minute. This is not to say that, you know, there should be a linear way of doing everything.
Diablo
We've
time.
got a Skyrider over here. Let's deal with that first.
Bullet, ready for duty.
Okay.
Check 6.
But neither should, you know...
Want me to
It's
pull a
like
fast
you
one?
see in games, for example, like Orcs Must Die.
Welcome you to the wilderness, fools. We welcome you to your doom.
Thanks for the welcome. Now about those horns.
Yeah, yes, we have some yet more minions. This time of Red Oktober, the Dark Shaman.
Point me toward the bad guy.
Good kind.
And they have quite a lot of HP, resisting even an Inferno there from Diablo. And they're quite rapid fire, these guys, so you'll want to move in quick.
Fast enough for you?
Peaches and cream.
That's the
Some
one.
heat here. Fast enough for you?
Yeah, they've got acid-based attacks, so you need to watch that with bullets.
I'll make it quick.
Let's give it a fist flurry. Boom. You see the blow, that's the great thing about Bullet, the blows come so fast that they can't, the damage bubbles can't keep up, and we'll give you the experience canister, Bullet. And you can also head over there and grab that health
Here comes the
canister.
pitch.
What can I say, good viewer? Bullet's a great character. Merci, monsieur. No, gracias. Auf Wiedersehen. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I don't know. Okay,
Bullet,
further into
ready
the
for duty.
caves.
We've got to take down those hands.
Or hand, in this case. You know, it's interesting, good viewer. If I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but you know how when...
Capitalists.
Want me to pull a fast one?
This should also be noticed that those hands also... no,
ready for
Diablo,
duty.
you back off.
What is it?
Toward the bad
These
guy.
hands always
For the
spawn
bad
minions
guy.
right next to
Bullet
me
here.
of some sort.
I'm going into gear.
Right
I'm
next
done.
In the back of the face.
Here comes the pitch.
That's the
Want me
one.
to pull a fast one?
Oh dear,
Fox
Energy X
one.
is getting those guys trapped
for
in the
the
rocks.
people.
Down he goes. Yeah, these things always spawn.
Okay,
Always
attack
spawn
the
new
evil
minions and
warriors.
stuff.
Here comes
I was
the
saying
bitch.
something else. What was it?
Ready.
This gate also
was it about-
seems to have only had one hand protecting
That
it.
was it.
No doubt the defenses shall grow as you travel towards the heart of October's lair.
Indeed they shall. But I believe I'm correct in saying
Got a
that...
boogie. Bullet, ready for duty.
more charades. Back
Yes,
off, people.
sugar.
Okay.
I believe I'm correct in saying that you know how you had 4 hands guarding
Over here.
guarding the entrance to the base. I believe you never really get that many. You never really see that many hands again. Anywhere. Take that. Ha 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 ha! Pumpkin in the face. That would make anyone mad, to be quite frank, Shirael. So I don't blame you for going all smashy.
Peaches and cream.
I don't like you getting close, Shirael. Back off. I love repulsion. It's such a useful ability of Alchemist's. Oh, hang on, good viewer. That guy was attacking the rock. Brilliant. And now they're attacking each other. Diablo, back off. No reason to exert yourself when others are willing to do it for you. Or rather, when your enemies are willing to do it for you. Uh-oh. No, Shirael, drop that if you would, sir. Repulsion, it's so useful. It knocks flying enemies out of the sky. It causes enemies to drop things. It's just so useful. Right, I should probably start focusing a bit more on these guys, because of course they can heal themselves. Double knockout. Yes, the cry there weakened Alchemist. You don't see that very often, but she'll just do less damage, so we'll just wait for that to wear off. Excuse me. Yes, and head into the next Pumpkin of Death. But yeah, I'm just not one for using exploits, good viewer. I don't like using them. Like I said, which is not to say that you should follow things exactly. You know, there shouldn't be a linear way of doing absolutely everything, because, you know, then it's just not a game and it's just not fun. It's like, that's another thing I say about games. If you get to the point where you're reducing it to just working out the formulas in your head and, you know, trying to work out the quote-unquote best way of doing it, then that just ruins the fun. Part of the fun of games is doing it different ways. You know, like, for example, using Liberty Lad instead of Alchemist, as I did in the last mission. You know, it just mixes things up, and that's the great thing about games. The fact that you can mix it up. But I just don't like using exploits. It just feels too much like cheating to me. It's just dishonorable, and it's just like... It's like using cheats. It's like, yeah, you can, but why would you want to? It just takes the fun out of it. It takes the challenge out of it. And that's the most fun part about it, in my opinion. Anyway, let's free these frogs.
How many innocents have fallen under this witch's spell?
The freedom-loving fools have fallen for our trap. Attack!
Stars and bars!
Oh no, good viewer, it's a top.
Own good deeds against us. Such treachery shall not stand. For freedom!
Take this, running
For freedom. Take that, good... I was about to say take that, good viewer, but not at all. Take that, Ice Trooper. Ice Guard, as they call it. I'm going to keep calling them Ice Trooper in the same way I'm going to keep calling Submarine. But yes, that was Whirlwind, good viewer, which is much more accurate in this game, thank God. In the last game with Bullet, you could use, what do you call it? You could use Whirlwind, and it would just sort of fly about randomly. It could potentially hit your own people. Not so now. It's a lot more accurate in this game, which makes it a hell of a lot more useful. Whirlwind is an incredibly useful ability, good viewer. It just sends... It sends... Well, let's show it off. Why not again? You saw how effective it was last time. Oh. Arse. Okay. Yeah, typical, isn't it, good viewer? Let's show it off. Here, I'm sending in Bullet to specifically show this off. It works.
Yes. Attack the evildoers.
There, yeah, you saw how effective it was with the Ice Troopers.
What's up? Fox
Number 3, number civilian number 3. All right, calm yourself. Ooh, another cauldron, good viewer.
Ready for duty.
Let's take it out. You do have to be careful, though, good viewer, that, like, Bullet doesn't suddenly pull everything, because he has a habit of doing that. Uh-oh. Because he's so much faster than everything else, he'll, of course, attract all the attention. Alchemist. You, in fact, Alchemist, you start flying. And take out that cauldron.
That's one cauldron that's bubbled.
Diablo, why are you using... It's last nasty. Right. That's the one, okay. Minuteman, grab that health canister. Always a good idea to grab health canisters if you can. Right, let's head round. Diablo, you can grab that energy canister, why not?
Let's fire up those hands, team.
Ooh, 2 hands this time.
Here.
Okay, Alchemist, you head round there. Diablo, head over there. Let's take this guy out and fight with alteration.
Okay.
That's the one, okay. Right, tongues of flame, Diablo, full power.
Peaches and cream.
And let's give it a flaming fist. Oh, hang on. There we go. That's... Wait, no. Hang on. Hang on. I got it. I got it. I'm good. I know how to play the game, good viewer. Honestly. Right, so I'm taking that guy as well, if you would, Alchemist.
I failed the motherland.
Very useful is Alchemist. Okay. Just sort of, again, Alchemist is one of those sort of generally useful heroes. You know, sort of, she's got sort of all-round abilities. She's got, you know, Minuteman is one of the strongest melee characters in the game, but he's not good at a vast amount of other things.
That gate should open for us now.
Similarly, Diablo, Diablo is brilliant at blasting stuff. There's no character quite like Diablo for blasting stuff, but he doesn't do much else. That's what I mean, good viewer, or at least that's what I would mean. Yeah, sorry, my screen has a nasty habit of going black, like, for a few seconds, which it just did, so I didn't actually see that the Shirael had dodged it until after it wasn't, after it had come back, so that's all rather irritating. Give it an alteration, Alchemist, take that guy out of the fight. That's the one, okay. Whack him, Minuteman.
Here.
You shouldn't be able to dodge, you're a massive, great, dirty Yeti thing. Why are you dodging?
Here it comes.
You fish. That's the one. Yeah, but Alchemist, whereas Alchemist can just do pretty much anything. Well, she has ranged attacks, she's got a good amount of CC, she can throw people back. She doesn't have any melee attacks, admittedly. So perhaps she's not quite as versatile as, for example, Tombstone, but she's still pretty useful in a lot of situations.
Ready.
Okay.
How big are these things?
With every step, we come closer to the secrets of Red Oktober.
Next time, you come down here, and I'll handle the play-by-play.
Yes, indeed. So that's the first part of that mission, good viewer. Yes, 920. Didn't quite hit the cap there. But we got 2,170 prestige. Hopefully in the next few missions we'll be able to get Green Genie, because I'd like to show her off early on. God, excuse me. And we have completed all the secondary objectives here, which is always great. It's always nice when you have more secondary objectives than primary and you can complete all the secondary. Because, again, I'm just that sort of guy. I have the completionist philosophy, if that's a word, you know, of wanting to complete all the things. So, good viewer, we'll leave that episode there, and we will continue the search for the submarine later on, good viewer, in the next episode. Because that's just the first part of this mission. We're not done yet. Oh no. Things only get more sinister from here. But we will leave that for the next episode, good viewer, where the team will progress further into the caves. We'll save a certain special word for the next time, good viewer. You know the one I mean. But anyway, my friends, I bid you farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Skyrider. Farewell until we meet again.